Okay, so I officially have no idea what I did with my notes on this, but the topic today is AI. Very specifically, this idea of like chat GPT psychosis, right? Hey, let's hang. So mainly my problem with it that I have is this is how I feel, okay? This is my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. This isn't a debate. This is a conversation, you know, and I do love hearing other people's opinions, right? I love having the conversation. What I feel like is it feels very much so like, here's this new thing that we have that we want you to try, and it's going to so help your life. And we were like, okay, you're really fucking over artists though, right? Pay your artists. Instead of putting a prompt into a stupid, basically a machine, pay your artists. Just pay your artists. And know that depending on what you want, it might take some time. That's kind of how at least I felt about AI for the longest time. And then, you know, because the idea of it being able to help with schedules, or like one of the first things that I did finally using ChatGPT really not that long ago was help me figure out a full body workout session 3 days a week. Then the rest of the time I can just do my dancing, right? Just you know, but still make sure I'm hitting all those different groups and stuff, because I feel like I reached that point at least a decade into like strength training and stuff where I'm recognizing like different areas that could use that maybe I just haven't been tending to enough. So, you know, you hit that point where it's like, okay, like for me, like my outer, you know, thighs, my quads and stuff were solid, but my inner quads, what the fuck, right? For example. So I want to make sure that I'm covering all the different muscle group, not just the aesthetics, you know, those inner workings under, because like the shoulders alone, sometimes we'll wake up feeling like, oh, what did I do in my sleep? I slept on my shoulder too long. No, you're just not getting that full range of dynamics and taking care of those muscles that are underneath all of those aesthetic muscles, right? Things like that. Wanting to make sure that I cover all the groups, but only 3 times a week, if that. Quite frankly, I've only been strength training once a week. That's what ChatGPT helped me with, like figuring out a good, solid, full body workout, because I feel very done with upper body day or even shoulders and back, and now quads and hammies or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't need to get fine-tuned. It's not my job. I like being stronger. I like surprising people, but I feel like the dancer within me that has always been there is kind of getting the poop end of the stick, really, you know? So it's helped me with things like that. It helps me, like I've been doing an affirmation channel for like a year now. So I'll have like my original like things that I've come up with, and then I'll go to ChatGPT that are like, what is a better way that I can put this sentence? Like, do more than a thesaurus, please. I need help. The problem I'm having is it feels very much so like, we want you to use this new thing and integrate it into your lives. And while I understand that there are those where lines have been very blurred, they've been very blurred. I also feel that articles and what people are talking about when they're talking about things like ChatGPT psychosis is they're lumping us all together. And it feels very stereotypical for how the general public is treated by the government, by companies, marketing firms, PR firms, all of it. It actually feels, when you go back and you look at everything, like another one of those moments where it's like, whoa, hold on. You introduced this to us. When have they done that before? And now that we're actually doing it, now you're referring to it. I would like to think that there are articles that I haven't read or even glanced at that isn't putting us in the same group together between those who really have blurred the lines. Like you have people marrying AI, dating AI, and doing that little thing with AI. I saw that one too, right? And then you have those of us where it's like, no, help me with my meal prep. Help me figure out how to better time manage my day. I work from home. I don't have set hours. You know what I mean? It's very, very helpful with that. And I feel like those of us doing that don't deserve the psychosis tag that we're being lumped in with. It just feels like another opportunity for them to introduce us to something and then go, oh, look at you, you're fucking crazy. And just start putting a bunch of tags and names and titles on us that don't fucking belong to us. Again, that's my problem. Have you noticed that? Or is it just me and the certain things that my algorithm are showing me? Please tell me that you've read articles where they're not lumping everybody. Please tell me that. I would really love to know that because my shit's not showing me those. And it just, like I've said already 50 billion times in this video, like, just feels par for the course with these assholes.
Look, maybe I didn't say every single little tiny syllable, no, but basically I said them, yeah.
Right? It's like, really, you're going to pull that in 2026? Who does that? Yeah, I'm just babbling because, you know, I already said my piece and we're supposed to be hanging. We're supposed to be hanging out and I'm already done gapping. What? That was the quickest hangout session ever. What do you think about this crap? Do you feel like it's fair to lump everybody together? Like, I don't think everyone, I would go so far as to say the majority of people are not confused, right? Right now, I'm just doing the free version, just, you know, I yap it out, it transcribes for me, and then it's text on a screen. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear no ums. I know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to a program. You know what I mean? I have researched and now my head's spinning because I'm a little too close and I just need, yeah, you know? It's not my therapist. It's certainly not my honey. But I will go so far as to say I can kind of, I feel like I've had glimpses of what can make, because, you know, once you get that good brainstorming session, it's almost like its own dopamine. You know, it's like, oh, I don't want this to end. This is so good. But it's like, I got what I came here for and I'm going to go do it now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know, versus someone who's has to have that premium because I don't want this conversation to ever end. Like, there are billions of people on earth. There's a fine line between help me to not be so awkward socially and losing sight of who the heck it is you're interacting with. This whole video is all over the fucking place, so I'm gonna have to just do that magic in the editing words and stuff. And good luck everybody else. But yeah, what do you think? Like, do you even use AI at all? I will probably judge you if you use it for art. Unless you're using it as like a class to like help you with your art by getting feedback from someone who won't make it personal unless you prompt them to. I get that too. But are the lines getting blurred? Have you fallen in love? Me neither. And, you know, if you have come across articles that aren't lumping us all together, cool, I don't mind knowing about it. You know, just give me a title, give me a buy and who it is, and hopefully it's not behind a paywall. Because no. Yes, I do have opinion on writing as well. I am a writer, and I feel like it feels to me like all too often people are just sending in their first draft and that's their submission, because then there will be an editor to help you really fine tune it. And it's like, as someone who edits and to filth, and if anything ends up not submitting because it's not ready yet, it's not ready. So what if it's 5 or whatever revision, whatever, it's not ready, I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum, and I can claim it, I can admit it. But can you at least do spell check first? Someone might appreciate it, because there is still someone who's going to have to read that and decide yay or nay. And for a lot of us, it can be frustrating knowing that there's a lot of slop that wasn't ready for anybody's eyes in the way of our slop. You know, it's frustrating. But like I said already, there's a big difference between help me like a thesaurus and write this shit for me, utilizing things that other people have already done. Like on the one hand, so many of us have the same ideas, but we have different voices. We have different ways of explaining things and describing things. We're different types of storytellers, and that's incredible. But I don't know. Maybe it should just like how things need to be known, even when just uploading a video to YouTube. Is this AI content? No. No. Definitely not. Nope. No. Nope. No, sir, it's not. Or is it, right? Has it been enhanced? I feel like the majority of us, as long as you're not ripping somebody off, then can you please just do better with the editing? Because that one word is driving me nuts. We can usually tell, even if everything seems fine, because people are just putting in a prompt and then they're uploading that crap. And it's like, why, again, why are you in the way of people who are editing already and who are presenting something that's ready for people to see or hear or listen to? And maybe like with different music and stuff, just categorize it correctly. Just own it from the beginning. Then we can at least respect you for being honest about it, because it is 2026, y'all. Stop being lazy, you know? Like, we're not going to respect you if you're straight up lazy and you're that person in the assignment, in the group assignment, who just adds your name, and that's fucking bullshit. Nobody likes that. Nobody appreciates it. And you're better than that. That's my angle. Why would you do that? You are a badass human being. Why would you freaking do that? Make it make sense. P.S. It won't. Because that's all it is excuses, right? It's just excuses. I don't want to pay an artist who's going to take at least a week. I want to upload this video now, and I want this thumbnail. Rip. Or something to that degree. I don't know. I have some French fries in the oven. I should probably check on them. Thank you so much for this hangout session, keeping me company, letting me keep you company. Your time means a lot to me, and I really appreciate that you just shared it with me. Okay, fam? If you haven't yet, maybe do the YouTube thing and consider subscribing so that we can hang out again. Either way, if you have, thanks. Thank you. And maybe consider liking the video. Either way. And yeah, what do you think about AI? And this idea of AI psychosis and shit, like, it's just another thing for them to mock us with. That's my opinion. It's just another thing to mock us with. What the fuck? Anyway, I'm gonna move on with my day. So should you. I'll see you next time, fam.